Right, we got some news on the Liver King. I think there were people hoping for this. He is now being sued. I don't know how much yet, because I just heard about this story. I'm giving you my live reaction, real-time reaction. And also, a big news channel on YouTube is covering this. TYT, the Young Turks, with 5 million subscribers. I've been watching them for like 5 years. So it'll be interesting to see the two of them covering this. And also I'm interested to see the viewers' reaction who are not in our diet circles. I've already seen some. Like one comment was, "Who is the Liver King?" So I got the video queued up here. And also I got my Lion King hat. And we're ready to go. Let's see what's going on here.
I've never said, eat liver, look like me. And what kind of...
When you lie about doing any performance enhancing anything, when you say PEDs or primal, whatever, don't you think that misleads people and tells them, if I eat and live like he lives, I will look like he looks?
Well,
yes, that was the whole concept of what he's doing. And he's going to start BSing us.
Slithering a bit here.
Thank you for the pushback.
No, I love the Liver King. Okay, he did some bad things. And now he's facing a $25 million class action lawsuit for lying to people about the fact that he, first of all, was taking steroids, but told them.
Also, 25 million. Well, let's see, how much did he make here? How much he claims he makes like $1 million a month or more, which I don't think so. It's another lie.
He, first of all, was taking steroids, but told them that he wasn't taking steroids. He claimed that as a fitness influencer, they really need to take his advice of eating raw liver. That's what gets them all bulky and fit.
And of course, the step 2 is also important. Never wearing a shirt.
Never wear a shirt.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. If I had a 6-pack, I'd be doing the show right now without a shirt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but Lion King, the Liver King has not worn a shirt in 3 years. He's talked about it.
He lied to his viewers. He was taking steroids, but he claimed an action suit was filed in New York against the influencer, whose real name is Brian Johnson, alleging he deceptively touted a primal lifestyle to promote his various businesses. That primal lifestyle included 9 ancestral tenets.
Yes, remember those.
A diet based on raw meat, freezing cold showers, and other nonsense that really has no impact on making you look the way he looks.
That's right. I made a video about cold showers 5 years ago or so, saying the benefits, any benefits, are not worth the negatives. People don't think of negatives anymore. So he said that he never told people to eat liver. But he named himself Liver King. He was always showing himself eating it. He says he eats it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm sure there's much more stuff to if you add it all up. You don't actually need to say, oh, and by the way, eat liver. He didn't need to say it. I'm sure he did at some point.
The 9 tenets are sleep, eat, move, shield.
And what do you eat? Right, you eat like him.
Cold, sun, fight, and bond. Cool.
I mean, this guy's tailor-made for the influencer world.
Exactly. He tailor-made himself for this. You can hear him talking about this like he planned it all out to go viral.
Look absurd, do absurd things, and promise absurd results. And people jump in it. And they did.
See, he's got it. He's got it. He has figured out the YouTube diet community. And he's not in the YouTube diet community. He's a political commentator. I'm always talking about the parallels between politics and the diet community. And see, one more connection here.
I mean, you really thought taking cold showers would lead you to looking like...
So it's no surprise that he would understand this.
And you thought just moving a garden hose across the street was gonna do it for you?
But Cenk, people don't know that the corporate media is gonna protect corporations. Right? Like, no, it's the same argument that you're making. Some people just don't know.
Yeah.
So you gotta let them know.
Yeah, I think corporate media does a way better job of tricking people than Liver King did, okay?
Right, because it's easier to take corporate media seriously because they're all buttoned up, they're suited up, and they make it appear as though they're credible individuals just delivering the news, right? you pay closer attention and you'll notice who their funders are, who their advertisers are, and what they promote.
He is such an obvious manipulator. Everything he does. He doesn't have to be doing this across a street, but he chose to do that while being filmed because it will get more attention. It sticks out more. It's all manipulation of the mind.
It's impressive. I don't think I could do that.
I know, but why? Why? And by the way,
Why
the
not?
workouts were the most rational part of the whole thing.
That's
but
hilarious.
yeah, that works, right? Eating raw liver does not work. Taking cold shower, holding up random hatchets.
When you say, how do people fall for this? I mean,
I covered
think
that.
about how much money Alex Jones made off of selling penis pills.
These people are going to get it because they understand politics. It's the same thing. You see the same type of things in each community, and you'll see the same manipulation, and you'll see the same effectiveness of that manipulation. The reason people believed Liver King is because they were in a position where they wanted to. It's so much like politics. People believe stuff that their political side tells them because they want to believe it, especially when it's manipulative, like something against the other side, them. You know how Frank Tufano is always using the word them?
The biggest financial liability for humans is insecurity about how we look.
Totally. Insecurity about everything. That's why one of the biggest sellers for Alex Jones was the brain pills.
The brain pills, yes.
Yeah, because they're like totally insecure about that. That's why they're watching Alex Jones in the first place. So he's thinking if they'll believe this, they'll believe that the brain pills will work. And
once again, another connection between the two communities. I was making videos about Alex Jones 5 or 6 years ago. Why? I run a vegan channel. Right, and he was doing anti-vegan propaganda. What I'm trying to say is vegans should vote against these people. The right, the Republicans.
you couldn't tell that was steroids. But yeah, you're right. A ton of people couldn't tell. And so if you lie,
And Alex Jones just lost in court recently, but people like me knew it was all baloney. We could see it, but when you're politically biased, you'll end up believing. I saw a comment in the comment section that caught my attention saying, Anna is so horny. So I haven't watched the video yet, but yeah, I can imagine she's always talking about sexual stuff and her relationship. You get this impression that she's just having a lot of sex. She thinks about it all the time. So it looks like here might be what that comment was referring to.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna share something super embarrassing about myself. Because
it'll help the viewership.
Because it's, okay, maybe I shouldn't. Look, when I was an adolescent.
Oh, when you were younger, I've done a million things.
But nobody cares about what that guy did when he was young. That's super embarrassing. Exactly. This kind of thing only works for women. It's like somebody on YouTube told me many years back when I was saying, look, I'm doing a whole bunch of good stuff here, but I'm not getting any higher views. Someone posted a comment, Gary, you don't have boobs.
I mean, like when I think about the dumb stuff I did when I was younger, okay, sue the guy. Okay, I get it. You could be deceived.
So when I was in middle school, definitely before I went through the whole puberty situation.
In the last 15 seconds, I'm thinking, maybe this has nothing to do with sex. First instincts.
You know, mass media tells women how they, or girls, like this is what counts as hot or attractive. And I was, there was like some BS propaganda going around.
Things that aren't even true. I was just in the kitchen an hour ago thinking, the media got us thinking men like big boobs. We're back to boobs. But that was never true. And you can see that. You can see that today, easier to see. It was never true. It was women think that. Naturally, yeah. Turns out that was projection.
BS propaganda going around about like, you should drink milk because milk.
Yeah, there's lots of that propaganda, milk propaganda going on in the 80s. And then when she was young in the 90s, I guess that was still going on. Oh, and I bought into that, by the way. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. I was this big milk drinker through the late 80s. So I thought it would help make me bigger. It did not. As you know, that's one more thing that did not work, like lifting weights didn't. I was doing both at the same time, late 80s.
Around about like, you should drink milk because milk, you'll...
I think we're back to the viz again. Just this idea that if you eat meat, and meat is muscle, you get bigger muscles, and it does not work that way.
You'll be very healthy looking.
Yeah, they call that healthy looking. But now, thanks to Darian Ryder, we know if you're not breastfeeding, then that's not milk, that's fat. You're just fat. But see, we think of that as healthy looking, just like we think of a man who has big muscles as healthy, or just being big is healthy. When no, that's overgrown, and that's unhealthy. Small people live longer.
Okay.
We'll just put it that way.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, and I was like...
It took him a while to get it.
So obviously not true.
I know, I was like, I want to be curvy and stuff, so I would like guzzle milk every morning. I was like, why are you drinking so much milk? I don't think that's good for you.
Yeah. No, I thought the same exact thing about Cocoa Pebbles, but it turns out it's not true. It just gives you a gut. I didn't know. I was gonna be Cocoa Pebble King.
You can see why I like this channel.
Something else too, I think I even fell for this when I was in high school. And then the Kardashians started promoting it and I was like, I fell for that.
Oh man, did they get paid for that? By the milk industry. It's just never gonna end unless you end those businesses. That's what I'd do as president. 2028.
Just because they're in media doesn't mean things are true. Whether it's, look, Don Lemon on CNN said, remember the missing plane?
Yeah.
From Indonesia?
Of course I do.
Yeah, he said it might have gone into a black hole.
Is that plane that I covered back in 2016? And I don't think they ever found it. No news yet. I remember many months later joking about how still no news. Now it's been 6 years. Still waiting. I'll bring that to you as soon as we hear.
That's not how black holes work. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. God, Don Lemon is embarrassing.
I know. I feel bad. So we've all done embarrassing things, but don't fall for it again. The next time.
Wait, that's not embarrassing. That's just like the Twilight Zone. That happened a few times. Yeah, I really like those airplane episodes. Then there was the movie The Langoliers. All very good stuff. And science does talk about this kind of thing. Although you can't have a black hole on the surface of the Earth or in the atmosphere. Although there's scientists that talk about mini black holes. Yeah, it's like Flight 33. I think maybe Don Lemon saw that episode too many times. I've seen it about 6 times.
Some huckster comes in and tells you he's gonna fix your penis or your brain or your stomach. Note of caution.
I cover this stuff all the time. Dr. Berg is really popular. A whole bunch of people know him. They respect this guy. And he wears dress clothes, tie. He's got a whiteboard. He's got the doctor in front of his name. And people get tricked. And even smart people can be tricked. It just takes understanding how the mind works and how to manipulate it. And so there is a chance for this lawsuit. Because Liver King knew what he was doing. You know, there's a reason he never told, there's a reason he lied.
Primals, it's been one hell of a day here at Liver King Ranch. And this is what Liver King and tribe are having for dinner today. Look at this king.
So he said the word liver twice here in the first 5 seconds. And there's liver sitting there.
Plate of epic proportion. We got the entire raw liver. We got a femur bone. Look at all the succulent bone marrow we're going to be getting out of here.
Succulent bone marrow. I've never heard it called that.
We got some tomahawk steaks that have been perfectly cooked over an open fire.
This guy had millions of followers.
Why did you cook the steaks? Shouldn't you be eating raw steaks just like we got femur. We got femur here. Ooh, femur. Exciting.
Yeah. In every video, it's like bull's testicles, goat's testicles. You get many testicles raw, he'll take it. Testicles don't help you lose weight.
I can tell we're reaching the end. I heard there was something at the end that someone was surprised it made it in the video. I think that will be Anna talking about balls.
It's the Surgeon General warning right there.
I mean, if you're riding them, you're getting some physical activity.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships.
I got to this video early so we can see the comments from TYT's regular viewers, most of which who will not know the Liver King. Stick to politics and not health. Yeah. Freezing yourself, shocking your system. The most myths and disinformation. Yeah, bodybuilding is big on misinformation and bro science. And that, yeah, weight loss is another big one. Diet in general, we know that. See, like weight loss is 100% calories, about calories in, calories out. But what they leave out is that calories can burn themselves off without having to exercise. So you eat more calories than you, and the person will say burn. But there's things people don't know about that burning. You're going to gain weight. This is basic thermodynamics. Don't understand. Do these people ever think maybe they are missing something? And anyone who tells you differently is full of it. I'm going to have to stop again. Okay. Moving on. Jenks said he was going to lose weight. Right, a lot of people never do because they're not doing the right thing. Like Chris Hayes. He really advertised this quitting sugar thing. This is just it. Of course that's going to work. If you remove sugar from your diet, refined, you'd lose weight, right? Yeah, well, simple logic tells you that. But in reality, there's complexity. There's things that all you average people don't understand. And years later, he still looks the same. Didn't he bet Anna that he was going to be fit in a year? He's even worse now, right? Most diets and things people think are the common sense way to lose weight, they often make you put on weight. It's because of what people don't know. Eating less is similar to how people gained weight in the first place. You're starving your body of nutrients, and that's going to make your body want to put on more weight and will give you cravings because it's trying to get the nutrients. So yeah, I found this vegan and left a comment. And here's someone who gets the connection that I got years back. This period we're in, where you see politics and you see a whole bunch of things changing, the scamming all over the place, and a certain attitude, extremism, or you can pretend to be anything. See Donald's favorite book? I mentioned this once. It was a famous book, Power of the Mind. It actually says if you believe something long enough, it will become true. See, when sociopaths read that, it's like saying it's okay to just say things that are not true because just say it enough, and then it will become true one day. What a surprise. Another YouTube fraudster taking advantage of the same YouTube lowlife doll. I don't know what that means. I thought he was going to say something like the same people who are being tricked by other stuff going on in the last few years. Milk is actually good for you. Who said it wasn't? But this is protesting too much. I got 2 replies. Yeah, a lot of people are coming around to the fact that milk is not good for you. Here's a comment coming right out of politics. As his attorney, I would defend him by, well, doing what Giuliani's lawyer did. And I think Donald's too. Pointing out, you'd have to be really dumb to actually believe. Remember that? Remember that? Where's this guy famous? Can't get fooled again. So I was reading the comments and I came across A very interesting one that you might want to see. I read halfway through and then thought to get my real-time reaction to this. On the other side of the Liver King in terms of diet, there was another Liver King before him that was busted the same way. Never heard of such a thing. His channel went by the name Darian Ryder. That's where I stopped. And this person's probably just a fool. Another one of those crazy people that have been after this guy for like 12 years now. Just cannot figure out, never figured out what this, it looks like some witch hunt. Is it just because of his attitude that it just triggers these people? This was a vegan cyclist. He's talking like Harley is in the past tense. He went by the name, he still goes by the name Darian Ryder. And he is a vegan cyclist, still making videos. And what does he mean by busted? Vegan cyclist living with his woman, also a vegan banana freely, and didn't even spell it right. Didn't get her channel name right. This was 7 years ago or so, and they promoted raw fruitarian diet as the elixir. Yes, but what were their claims? See, everybody does this. We all make these claims like we exaggerate how a person will feel on the diet. Looks like they get great results because they're still doing it and they're still lean, seem to be in good health. Now, my experience with the diet, well, I wasn't really doing that diet for long, but I felt good. But I've been doing that diet part way for about 12 years now, and I'm still going and things are going fine. Elixir of life doesn't mean anything. Darian Ryder even went as far as consuming plain sugar with water. Yeah, you could say that kind of is like eating liver, but with the sugar, it's not as bad as people think. I don't know if he was just eating sugar plain. He was putting it on food. But on the other hand, Darian Ryder is not selling supplements. I don't think he sells anything except ebooks. His popularity grew until the day he was busted for taking steroids. Oh, that's like the Liver King. That's not what happened to Harley. Darian started taking steroids, experimenting, and he told people about it, which explained his ability to push himself to do extreme cycling on a bicycle. Oh... There are people eating that diet in professional sports. Michael Arnstein was doing marathons. I don't know if they have, drug testing for those. I would think they would. And also there's that other marathon runner, Scott Jurek, who's one of the big names. If he was doing PEDs, he would have been caught because he was in professional sports for many years. An unsustainable diet, that's the gimmick. It's not unsustainable, it's just, that's what people think. Spelled preying wrong. Preying on the lazy, weak-minded humans that wanted one variable to solve their life's problems. It's not really outside yourself because it's taking responsibility for eating right, which most people do not want to do. Only because of social media infancy at the time. So it's getting late here in the making of this video, and I thought, well, I should look this up. Maybe I just don't know about this. You see, we don't know what we don't know. So if you know, and you can show me that it's true, feel free to post a comment. I don't hide from any information. I don't play those games, disinformation. So I did a search to try to find out if I'm missing something. Here's why I lied. So we're going to watch that. There's also, he said it took us for 7 years, and this video is recent. So yeah, that's around 2016 when I first heard about it. Before and after transformation. Addicted to steroids. See, this reminds me of how he does clickbait and he exaggerates in the title, but then he gets real in the video, usually. Now see right here. Before and after steroid abuse. I've never heard him say he was abusing steroids. So I think that's just a way to get views. And as for these pictures there, he never looked like this. This is just him flexing really hard with side lighting to enhance details. This, I would say, is photoshopped, or, he's got his arms, shoulders back. The picture really looks photoshopped. His face seems to be planted on. See, if you know Durian Ryder, like I know Durian Ryder, he just does stuff like this to get attention. But if you watch his videos, you see that he does this stuff, and you know what not to believe. So I watched the first few seconds of this, and he says exactly what I've said.
Here we Chiang Mai. Let's get some good lighting here. Here we go. Better. Just woken up, bedhead. Why I lied about taking steroids? I never lied about taking steroids. The only reason you know what I've done is because I've fucking told you. I'm not one of those fake natty people who will just lie straight at the camera. Never done nothing, mate. Just straight up.
I heard him say he was starting to take steroids before we saw any difference in him. If you have any other information that he was found to be taking steroids before that, I'm open to it.
It'll be 2012 when I listened to Tyler Hamilton's ebook, The Secret Race. And I'm like, because as a cyclist, I knew all along, since 2000, everyone's on the gas, Lance, etc. But it was just really cool to hear Tyler verbalize it and really share about the experiences. And I was reading about the dosages and how it felt, and I just got really curious. Everyone's curious. If you're a cyclist or an athlete, I like to satisfy my curiosity with things like that. But it took me a number of years to work out, well, where do I get steroids from? What's the deal? How much do I take, etc. And in 2014, I was like, all right. So I talked to Freya. I said, look, I want to do a little experiment for you, Joe. I think it'd be really cool, if I get on the gas a little bit, document the changes. She's like, she was a bit hesitant, but she's like, it's just a little bit, it's a little time, no worries. I didn't ever have to tell freely, but I'd rather have transparency about something like that. So I told her, and she was cool with it. So I got on the gas, and I said, don't worry, I'm not going to get any dodgy shit from some gym rat at the gym.
I found a discussion down here. I clearly remember the steroids video, 2014. You were straight up about going on steroids for a month. It's still up for people to see, but no one wants to put the effort in to watch his old videos. People will never get him because they are just too lazy and too quick to judge. That's what they want. They're the haters. There's one comment here that says he was lying. Durian Ryder left it up, but he didn't give any evidence, so still question. And Durian Ryder made a video about the Liver King when he got exposed for this fraud. Here's a little of that.
Quick video about Liver King. Like I just said, man, like I've been saying, everyone who looks like freaky, you can guarantee anabolic androgenic steroids. And you can guarantee they carbon up as well. Like it's hilarious that the supplements they sell you actually cost much more than the steroids they take and did take and still continue today. These guys are just fucking, oh my God.
Another thing is, steroids only help something like cycling performance a little bit. And Durian Ryder's the loudest voice getting people to suspect steroid use among athletes, pros, and YouTubers. He's not getting these crazy benefits that are not seen elsewhere in his community. His results are very common in the community of high fruit veganism. The guy who called himself the fruitarian. He didn't make it a business. He already had his own business that was making good money. He wasn't selling anything. And he even gave up a lot of his money. He probably lost money to rent out that Woodstock land for the fruit festival. And this guy was winning ultra marathons and not trying to capitalize on it by selling stuff.